Welcome to this, your preferred missionary news outlet. We're broadcasting live for this special edition of Heidi's Highlights from in front of the First Dominican Baptist Church's new building here in Atomayor del Rey. Things look a little bit different around here than they did when the church began in 1952, but Atomayor is still a provincial capital of the Dominican Republic, and the DR is still producing those world-renowned athletes representing its favorite sport, baseball. For our sports highlight today, we bring you Baptist Mission's Dave Ferguson to talk about play ball. Over to you, Dave.
Play ball returns to 3 Dominican cities this summer for its second consecutive year following the 2-year pandemic. The ministry is a partnership between Baptist churches in the United States and in the Dominican Republic with the goal of evangelizing communities through quality baseball instruction and gospel presentation for, in play ball terms, the boys of baseball. Over the years, Heidi has served with the play ball team here in Atomayor in many capacities, including translation, registration, photography, evangelism, and on-site logistics. Back to you.
You viewers are aware of the consequences of the COVID pandemic on an international level. Here locally, the Dominican Republic government prohibited public gatherings for a full year. In spite of those restrictions, the Dominican First Baptist Church in Atomayor did not miss any regularly scheduled meetings. Sunday morning services, Sunday evenings, every other Tuesday for ladies, Wednesday night prayer meetings, and Saturdays for youth were all broadcast via internet. I can't take credit for any of that because I was only called on a few times to record a prayer or some special music. In trending news today, a spotlight on the Vacation Bible School. For the 2020 and 2021 seasons, COVID limitations made it necessary to develop an alternative delivery. In the studio with us today is Yamiset, one of our key team members. Welcome, Yamiset.
My pleasure.
What was it like producing a VBS virtually from scratch?
It took a lot of work, very long days, for 2 or 3 months.
And were you and Adela the only workers?
No, we work with some church members, young people, children. They work in different areas.
What did your program actually look like?
Besides the Bible lessons, we also include verse memorizing, dramas, sing songs, and art.
Can you tell us where to find the finished products?
The digital programs are in the church YouTube channel, Primera Iglesia Bautista Dominicana.
Thank you so much for coming, Yamiset.
My pleasure.
Relationships and music lessons might seem to have nothing in common, but our society report today shows that both were notably affected by the COVID quarantine. Before 2020, discipleship meetings were held in homes and people met together to encourage each other. Then everything moved to video calls, including Bible studies, piano lessons, and counseling. Post-pandemic, 15 students regularly attend piano lessons at my house, with the goal of replacing me in accompanying congregational singing for our church services. Luis Fernando, a student from the past, tells us about that process.
My name is Luis Fernando Reina, and I spent about 2 years taking classes from Sister Adela. We began as a group in one of the classrooms at the Dominican Baptist School. Later on, Sister Adela commuted to Los Atillos, the town where I live, and attended church. We began too with a method book. After I finished the method book, I received a hymnal. And when I received that hymnal, I was even more motivated to play in my church, and I was able to progress more with music for the honor and the glory of the Lord.
Education news today is brought to us by the Seminario Bautista Internacional, which has satellite campuses in several Dominican cities. We reached out to James Peavy, president of the seminary, for an update.
The pandemic moved the seminary's in-person classes to completely online during the first semester of 2020. However, enrollment has continued to increase, and over the last year, more than a dozen Dominican professors have taught courses. Heidi serves as our registrar and she keeps the student records in order. And then she also teaches a Christian education course for us.
Before the pandemic, the First Dominican Baptist Church reorganized its Sunday school to include classes for adults. Basti Mota joined me as assistant teacher for a group of ladies 50 years old and older. Basti, welcome to this special edition of Heidi's Highlights.
Good afternoon. A pleasure to join you.
Tell me about the class, Teachers of Good.
After the pandemic, we have not met, but we do visit them in their homes and encourage them.
Do you have a special agenda you follow for each visit?
Yes, we read the word, we sing a favorite chorus or hymn of theirs. If they ask for counsel or we see the need, we give that. And also, if there is a family member who does not know the Lord, we preach them the word.
What do you hope to accomplish through these visits?
Encourage them spiritually, maintain closeness, and show them affection and the support they need.
Thank you, Basti, for being with us today, and thank you for working and serving the Lord together. From the First Dominican Baptist Church in Atomayor del Rey, where I serve by donation in any and all areas, this has been Heidi Van Dyke, alias Adela, with Heidi's Highlights, a special edition. As we say in the Dominican Republic, que Dios les bendiga.